broadcast network, AFTERBUZZ TV. Over 20 million weekly downloads in over 150 countries, and your number one source for after-show entertainment. AFTERBUZZ TV, the destination for TV superfans. Producing aftershows for over 300 of your favorite TV shows. Interviewing celebrities and showrunners. And bringing you behind-the-scenes exclusives. All thanks to E! Entertainment's Maria Menounos, producer Kevin Undergaro, and internet leader Akamai. Now, let the buzz begin!
All right, ANTM fans, welcome back. Just when you thought I was done, I am not. I am now on the phone with our second person who was eliminated this past episode of America's Next Top Model, Cycle 22, the comeback kid himself, Mr. Dustin McNear. Dustin, how's it going?
Pretty good. How are you?
Doing good. So here we are chatting again. Did you have any idea that you would be back on the show and in the running to be America's Next Top Model?
Well, seeing as I absolutely love Pitbull so much, I actually have to go home. I knew it was going to be strong. I knew I was going to be strong in that photo shoot, but I didn't know that I was going to be that strong to come back. You know, I'm definitely glad I got that opportunity, though.
And your photo came out really well. Like I loved the interaction that you had with the Pitbull and just like that side profile face to face that you guys had.
Yeah.
So it turned out really well. Going into this competition, like how are you feeling? Like, did you feel like you wanted to prove yourself from the last time? Were you nervous? Were you afraid? Like, how are you feeling going into the competition for the second time?
Grateful, actually. It was I guess it was okay taking a break from the competition, things like that, but I knew coming back that it was going to be tough. I needed to be focused and things like that. So I was a little bit nervous. I know things that were picking up, you know, a lot of very great, very strong competition. Mm-hmm. So a little bit nervous, but definitely excited.
Yeah. What was the house like, you know, going back into the house and especially being away from the house for that amount of time? Was it weird to have everyone back in the house? Did you sense like a different like energy of the house since you had last left?
There's definitely a different vibe, you know, but getting to catch up with my boy Nyle, that was awesome, of course. You know, I was really excited about that.
Yeah.
But at the same time, everyone was starting to be very high strung, very high tension around the house. It was definitely a different vibe when it first started.
Yeah, and we actually had Nyle here last week, and he definitely spoke very highly of you while you were here, and in fact said that you were one of the people that actually tried to learn sign in order to communicate with him. So kudos to that.
Thank you so much. I definitely did. He's very supportive of me, and I'm very supportive of him. He's breaking all sorts of boundaries in his community, being deaf, still doing such an amazing job on this competition. I'm very proud of him. Oh, nice.
Yeah, he's definitely making headway in that, and very cool guy. Now, speaking of the vibe and everyone being so high strung, one of the things that we saw during the competition is that I feel like people thought that you weren't taking the competition as seriously, and you had a little bump with Hadassah as she was saying, flirting with everyone. Watching that, like, how did you feel, and were you actually on set flirting with everyone?
I definitely got portrayed that way.
Yeah,
but what happened was I was definitely focused. I was definitely studying my lines. I definitely took the competition very seriously because I know what it can do for you.
Yeah.
Being able to talk to new people, though, because you are, you know, stuck in a house with 14 other people, and now it's only, seven other people that you get to talk to every day while you're there. You know, it was nice being able to talk to someone who isn't very high strong, very like high tension, that kind of thing.
Yeah.
So I did talk to them a little bit because I like making new friends. But besides that, I was focused.
Oh, good. And I think that was one of the things that, you know, as an audience watching the show, I think people felt like maybe you kind of went in very lax and maybe not taking it as seriously. So I wish we had kind of seen more of those moments, because it came across as, you know, you were just like, you know, whatever. I'm not going to really learn the song. I kind of know it, but kind of don't. Speaking of the song and the video, what were your thoughts during the filming of the video? Were you starting to feel like a little nervous, especially when Tyra was trying to teach you the click click and you seemed to not be able to get your click clicks?
I guess I was a little bit nervous. I was actually put on the spot in that moment. I had no idea that was about to happen.
Yeah.
I was in the bathroom and then I walk out and Tyra was like, "Come here, let's go." I'm like, "Oh, okay." So I walk up and Tyra is giving specific directions as well as Tony. And these directions just happen to be a little bit different. Tyra's saying, "Go to the song." I'm like, oh, "Okay." And then Tony's just like, "Do click it, click it, click it, click it, click it." I'm like, "Okay, so what beat do I go to?" You know?
Yeah.
So it was definitely a lot of confusion, and obviously you could tell that I was confused on what to listen to.
Yeah.
But I guess that did come off as me being unprepared, because in that kind of situation, being told do different things, I was unprepared.
Yeah.
But I definitely did study all the lines and things like that.
Yeah. And this was all happening in Vegas. Was that your first time in Vegas?
That was my first time in Vegas. I absolutely loved it. It was amazing.
Nice. And I know you can't partake in all of the things that Vegas had to offer at the time, but what did you enjoy most about that trip to Vegas?
Going into the hotel, the SLS, it was amazing. It was absolutely beautiful. When we walked in, there were like mirrors on the ceilings, like colors were changing underneath us, and when you walk in, there's like a huge casino, and then you hit the penthouse. It was just an experience going into Vegas.
That looked like an amazing hotel. I was like, I may need to go check out the SLS next time I'm in Vegas.
Yeah.
Now, how were other contestants towards you? Because I feel like maybe they didn't know that the whole comeback thing was going to happen, and then you were able to come back and actually take the spot of Justin, who was eliminated. What were the other contestants' reaction towards you coming back into the house?
I definitely know that they did not want to come back, kid. As more competition, as I shouldn't be here, I already got eliminated, that kind of thing. But I'm glad I got to. Unfortunately, I did take the spot of Justin, which I felt bad for, but I know since he is very supportive of me, of him, that he's okay with it, you know? Yeah.
And he definitely was. We actually just spoke to him right before you, and he said if anyone was to take the spot, he was happy to see that you did that. So kudos to that.
Yeah, that's my boy. My boy. He's a great guy. I love him.
Yes. So what was the toughest part for you coming back? Because I feel like there's a lot of pressure because you really want to do well and you really want to, continue on in this competition. Like, what were you feeling like now being thrust back into the competition? Did you feel pressure at all?
I definitely had a lot of pressure on my shoulders. I think it was Miss J who said you can come right back out as quickly as you came back in, or something along the lines of that, saying that I can get eliminated just as quickly. Yeah. But so there was definitely a lot of pressure. I knew that I don't get any special privileges, anything like that, and I needed to perform. Yeah. But at the same time, I was trying to relax. I was trying to take it easy, but as jazz, I couldn't still perform well. Yeah. But I mean, it was still exciting. Still a great experience.
Yeah. Looking back at the experience, do you think there's anything that you would have done differently going into the competition, either the first time or the second time?
Not really sure. Yeah. Honestly, I feel like I did a lot of good modeling. I got a lot of good work during the show. I do know that I would have tried to keep a straight face more, because I know that was one of the big things that really affected my performance.
Yeah. I think it's always, especially like going into this competition and being around so many other people who have various experiences in modeling. I think it can kind of make you feel, I don't want to say threatened, but like you kind of doubt yourself a little bit then going into the competition and being around all those people. Did you ever doubt yourself at all, or feel like you weren't?
Oh, I'm sorry.
Okay.
Sorry to cut you off. I did doubt myself a little bit because high fashion really never was my thing. But when you're in a position where you doubt yourself, you got to push through it. You know.
Yeah.
I knew that I wasn't very good, but that's what makes you better.
Yeah.
Pushing through those situations where you don't think you can make it makes you better in every situation.
Exactly. And so during the elimination panel, did you feel like you were possibly going to go home again, or were you hopeful that you were going to stick around for another round?
I was very hopeful I was going to stick around for another round because, being the comeback kid, you get to stay right away. Like that's pretty embarrassing, Plus, it's kind of a letdown to the fans, and that's what I felt bad about because, I got plenty of people out there supporting me.
Oh, yeah.
And it's tough to let them down like that.
Yeah. It was. I was rooting for you as well because I thought that, it's always kind of like that thing when you're one of the contestants that comes back. I think people automatically think like, oh my God, they're gonna bring them back only to send them home again. And then when it happens, you're like, really? Like, why would you do that to someone? It's like,
wow, yeah. What's the point? Come on.
Yeah, it's like you didn't. It's like just when you get your feet wet, they're like, okay, no, we're done.
Yeah, it was tough, but
yeah. Oh. Did you feel like someone else maybe should have went home instead of you? Always a tough question, I know.
There's a few people that I don't... I'm sorry?
I said that's always a tough question, I know.
Yeah. There's a few people that I feel like probably should have went home before me, not saying any names, of course. But, that's just how the competition played out, and I guess it's the past now, just gotta move on.
Yeah. So, and speaking of now, like now that you have been on the show not once but twice, what does the future hold for you now? I know the last time we talked, you were open to acting roles and more modeling and things like that. Are there any opportunities that have presented itself since we last spoken?
Definitely. I'm actually in Georgia right now, so shout out to the Georgia fans. But I'm living down here right now, and I set up a GoFundMe to help me move to Miami within this next coming week.
Oh, nice.
So everything is going well with that. I have so many supportive fans. I'm so thankful for them. Actually, every time someone donates, I end up Skyping them. I check their availability, things like that, and I've been doing that the past 2 days.
Yeah.
And it's nice catching up with fans,
So what's some of the feedback that you've gotten with fans? Because I saw the page that you set up for the GoFundMe to move to Miami, and you definitely do have a lot of supporters because they are sending you to Miami. So Skyping with them and talking to them, what have you gotten back?
I'm sorry, go ahead.
Oh, what talking to them, like what's the feedback that you've gotten from them?
I'm actually glad I get a chance to explain this all.
Yeah.
I got a lot of negative feedback, actually. It was talking about, why don't you work for your money? Why would I give you anything? Things like that. When in reality, they don't know that I'm out here working every day almost,
Yeah.
I have very few days off. And when they are off, I'm usually training to, keep in shape or something like that.
Yeah.
And the reason why I actually came down here for the first time to Georgia was to do charity events for Rising Stars, things like that. It was for people with post-traumatic stress disorders, and it was like I don't remember the full name of it, but anyways, it was to help out with them. It was a charity event. I Skype all of my followers. I've been doing charity events for a very long time now.
Yeah,
and I do donate a lot of my time, and I appreciate when they give it back.
Yeah.
And a lot of people did not see it that way. They were like, oh, well, it's just a free handout. You know, all you're doing is begging for money. Why don't you go get a job?
Yeah.
Well, actually, since I was in middle school, I worked on a horse stable, grooming horses and taking care of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then I was right back to mowing lawns for, like, money like that, you know?
Yeah.
So I have been working all my life, and I've been working hard, trust me. So when I do get fans that do support me, even if they don't donate, when they comment on my pictures and tell me how much of an inspiration I am, that it's an amazing feeling. It makes me want to work even harder. So when those people do donate, it pushes me even more, because that'll get me to Miami. That will get me to where the market is and the amazing photographers are, so I can bring more things to my fans.
Yeah. And, you know, sometimes people don't realize, because I actually had a Kickstarter for the web show that I do, and sometimes you just need that little bit of help, and there are people who are out there who are willing to help you, and, you know, it's just a matter of also giving back and making sure that you let them know that you appreciate that they believe in you, and that they believe in you so strongly to donate any amount of money. And asking for help is always tough as well. So, I mean, kudos to you. You have your fans that are being supportive and that believe in you. And, you know, those people who have any negative connotations, like, you know, you're always going to have those people who are going to not like what you do. You just have to block them out and see the light at the end of the tunnel. So kudos to you, and kudos to the fans who are supporting you.
Thank you so much. I appreciate them so much. They don't even understand. I'm actually Skyping everyone that does a $25 plus donation just to show appreciation.
Yeah.
So it's been amazing. Donations actually have been going really well, so I will be doing a meet and greet in Miami when I get down there. Location and date still to be determined.
Yeah.
But all those donations go a long way. All those comments go a long way. Because a lot of people don't realize it, but I go through and read those comments just to see what people say, what they like, things like that.
Yeah. And what has it been like interacting with your friends through Skype? Like, you know, what are some of the things that you guys discuss and talk about, and how do you feel about seeing these fans face to face and being able to talk and interact with them?
A good amount of them get very emotional. It's great though, you know, because when I do end up picking up, they're like, oh my God, you know, like, I'm crying right now, you know, things like that. Their friends will come and look at the camera, they're like, oh, wow, you know, it's just a blend of emotion, a blend of surprises. It's a lot of great things. We all came together to make an amazing experience.
Oh, that's amazing. And I'm sure for you, it's just as overwhelming to see that much love that someone has for you. So I'm glad that you're able to experience that, and always remember those moments when you read those negative comments. Remember how good you made someone feel in that moment.
I am. It's a great feeling.
Cool. Well, we're just about to run out of time, Dustin. But before I let you go, let people know where they can find you on social media, so that way they can continue to connect with you.
The main way to connect with me is through my Instagram still at D_MCNEER, D_McNear. And then I've been picking up on Twitter. I've been trying to do more on there. But I'm still not very good at it, because, like, you know, Instagram is my main thing, and that's what I concentrate on most, because most fans see me there, and they try and get to me from that, and that's where I guess I try and respond the most. But I am getting into Twitter. It's the same username, and they can still contact me through there.
Well, if you ever need any help, you just tweet something out, and I'm sure a fan will tweet you back and let you know how to get the hang of Twitter. Get your Twitter game up.
Thankfully, I have that kind of support, and I really appreciate it.
No problem. And thanks again, Dustin, for being on and chatting with me. And I wish you nothing but success, and good luck with the move to Miami. It's going to be a great place for you to be at.
Thank you so much. Thank you for having me on here again. I really like it. It's fun.
Oh, no problem. And maybe, hopefully, if you are ever in the LA area, we can have you live in the studio.
That would be awesome. I'd love that.
Awesome. Well, we'll catch up with you soon, Dustin.
All right, sounds good. Talk to you later.
All right. Have a good one.
Bye. You too. Bye.
Bye.
Guys.
Bye. No problem. Bye, Lisa. And of course, you guys, that has been another elimination roundup right here on AfterBuzz TV. Make sure you continue watching America's Next Top Model every Friday night on the CW. Check your local listings for times. I've been your host, Tony Moore, and you can find me on all social media platforms at Lounging with Tony or my website, loungingwithtony.com. Stay tuned next Monday. We will be chatting it up with the next eliminated contestant of this cycle of America's Next Top Model. We'll see you next week.
From executive producers Maria Menounos, Kevin Undergaro, Phil Svitek, and the entire AfterBuzz TV staff, we would like to thank you for listening to the AfterBuzz TV network. To watch or listen to other after shows and post comments or questions, be sure to visit AfterBuzzTV.com. I'm Sir Richard Wentworth, and this has been a presentation of AfterBuzz TV.
Buzz you later.
The views expressed herein are those of the hosts only and do not necessarily reflect the views of AfterBuzz TV or its owners or principals.